Welcome to Public Speaking Simplified with me, Nivetha Devanandh, your public speaking trainer and mentor. As soon as we sign up for a competition, presentation, or even in forums like Toastmasters, the first thing that pops up in our mind is, what do I speak about or what topic do I choose? So in this video, we will be discussing all about picking the right topic, and as I promised you in the previous video, I have a copy of your very own self-assessment tracker that is attached in the link below. I hope you have subscribed to my channel. If you haven't, please do so by clicking on the subscribe button below and press the bell icon to get notified about all my upcoming videos. Alright, let's dive into the topic right away. Do you remember as a kid you were fascinated about everything? Do you remember how curious you were? The one question that you would ask more often is, what is that? What is this? Why should I do that? Etc. Coming up with a topic or asking a question back then was never difficult, right? Now what happened? The main reason we struggle to come up with a topic or zero down on a particular topic is because we do not ask ourselves what interests us, what we are fascinated about. Now, this is very important because when we ask ourselves what we are genuinely interested about and things that we are passionate about, you will never fail. You will always make sure to hit the bull's eye. As a personal trainer, I have interacted with many people of different age groups, and there is something very interesting that I found. So I used to conduct training workshops for classes 4 and 5. Now when I interact with these children, I used to ask them to come up with some topics. The minute I asked them and look at them, I would see 30 out of 40 hands going up saying, "Ma'am, I want to go first." Now, I asked these children to come forward to tell what topics they had in mind, and the topics they had were genuinely those which they were interested in. For example, my favorite teacher, my favorite chocolate, rain is my favorite because, Bangalore is my favorite city because, girls always love their dads, dads are superheroes, and so on. And remember, these topics are not something that is kiddish or immature, because if you are really fascinated about something, as I said, you will always try bringing different perspectives in it. And let's say you have decided to talk about this topic called cotton candy. As soon as your audience hear this word, they will all be back to their childhood, and those memories of them eating cotton candy in their childhood would come gushing back. You need to remember that how you say is more important than what you say. So no topic is simple, childish, kiddish or silly. Now I will transport you directly from class 4 to 5 to age group over 40 and plus. So when I interacted with people of this age group, I was really inspired about the topics they come up with. Most of them would be personal, and it would either be about their experiences they had in the past, the mistakes they did, and the impact that it had in their life. So basically, it would all be personal, but it would be overflowing with so much experience and learning. So where am I going with this? If you are able to come up with simple topics that a student of class 4 or 5 could, but still give the experience and learning of a 40-year-old, imagine the impact you are going to have on your audience. You will not only bring the lost childhood back in the audience, but you will also give them a very rich experience, learning filled with value. Now, if you take public speakers, public speaking champions and winning speakers like Dhananjayan, you would always see that they had stories about themselves. They would share their personal experience or even an instance that had a very deep impact in their lives. If you try and give a bit about yourself, the connection, that instant connection you make with your audience is something that can just not be put in words. So, I will walk you through this 4-step process that you need to follow before you narrow down or pick the topic. First step is come up with a topic that you are genuinely passionate about or one that interests you the most. Second, look at this topic from the audience perspective or in the audience shoes and see if this topic interests them. Or better, you can even put yourself in the place of your audience. Imagine you're seated among the audience. Does this topic interest you? Is something that you can look about. The third step is when you are choosing the topic, always make sure whether this topic has scope for bringing in stories, personal stories, anecdotes, examples, and experiences, because personal stories tend to always make a greater connection with your audience. The fourth and the very important step is to make sure that how you say is more important than what you say. Excellent topics can become lifeless and simple topics can still become priceless when you convey them strategically. So there might be one question that is lingering on your mind, and that is, not always I'm given the privilege of choosing the topic that I want, because let's say in a work environment or in a corporate world, I would be given a topic and then asked to make a presentation. So what do I do? Still, the 4-step rule or the 4-step process applies, but in case you don't know anything about the topic, do your research, study, and find out the areas that really fascinates you, and then go back to following all the steps that we discussed. Because if you're talking about something that does not interest you, then imagine how you are going to create that impact on your audience, right? So all these 4 steps is enough for you to zero down on a particular topic. So this is exactly what we are going to be discussing in the next video, that is how to write a perfect script. Now, as far as selecting the topic, I think I've got you covered with this 4-step process that you need to follow, and I have a copy of the assessment tracker in which I have all the questions listed below, and I hope you have already done your SWOT analysis, which is the first step in public speaking. And if you have done that, you are ready to switch on to this video where we are discussing about how to zero down on a particular topic. So the exercise for you for this week is to come up with a set of 10 topics and make sure to run them through the assessment tracker. And if you have checked all the questions and if your answer to all the questions is yes, then that qualifies for a perfect topic. So what you can do is you can give the list of your topics in the comment section below, so that people who are struggling to come up with topics would really benefit out of that. So thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next video and take care. Bye.